Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about one thing that is pretty rare. So I'm gonna say that I've seen this rarely in the practice, but I still think it needs to be addressed because I'm seeing it at the moment with someone, and I really wanna make sure this person finally understands this, and also anyone else that might maybe have this issue understands this, or I guess I'm called to talk about this because someone needs to hear it. So here we go. First of all, I want to say, when I mention someone's mistakes or issues in mindset, whatever it is, I don't do it to be mean. I don't do it to bash anyone. I don't do it for any bad reason. The only reason I do it for is to help fix it. Okay? Because I know how. So, this is actually going to be a really psychological issue, and I'm going to explain to you how it happens, why it happens, and stuff like that. So, some people Um, and these are the people that are anxiously attached, but only some of them, a portion of them. Uh, Usually, these will be males, heterosexual males, for the most part. So, some people, when they're very, very needy and desperate, they are not able to understand their mistakes. They are refusing to work on themselves because they're just obsessing over the ex, and they don't understand that working on them can actually help them. They just see it as something that's opposite to their goal, because how is working on me and focusing on me gonna help me with my spell or my ex. This is the problem that people have, because they don't associate the two together, which I understand fully why, because not a lot of practitioners speak about this. Some do, some don't. Okay. And people just don't realize how connected it is, because your vibration is about you. It's not about someone else. And your vibration needs to be higher so your spell can actually work fully. We talked about this, so I'm not going to get into it. This is not what I'm trying to speak about at all. So it's not even that. So they basically refuse to do the work. But another issue that some of them have is that they get angry, yes, angry, if the ex does not respond to their manipulative texts. And I'm saying manipulative not in a bad way, but in a way that they are sending texts basically because they want to get the ex back. So they expect from their texts for the ex to be more cooperative, to respond straight away, and they just want it, they just need it, and they demand it in a way. And we're going to explain why. So what is happening is that this these people, so people that tend to have this issue, they react in an angry manner if the ex is not replying, you know, how they want, if it's not the response they were hoping for, or if it's not soon enough, or if it's not at all. They get super angry. It makes them angry. It gets them into the emotion of being angry. So a lot of us people, again, I'm just trying to be general, that have anxious attachment react, in a needy way when they don't get what they want. But it's not also angry usually. It's needy, it's helpless, but there is not necessarily anger there. So with people that also get angry when they're trying to send their needy texts, and they are, just expecting their needy texts to work, which we explain that they can't work, they just will not work, because the energy beneath it is needy and the person can feel the energy. They can. So they also react in an angry manner, which means either they will send some angry texts to the ex, or maybe some texts where they try to manipulate them more, like, oh, you're never responding to me on time, or you just wrote one word. This is also very needy, and it's not okay, and it doesn't work. It will not work. You're doing this because you want to manipulate the person to be like, now, oh, I'm sorry, now I'm gonna send you more words because you got angry. That is not what's gonna happen. It's only gonna be like, oh, this guy is so needy, or this girl is so needy, and I just don't want to talk with them at all. So why is this happening? Why are you, what are you really doing? What's really going on? So from psychology, from the psychology point of view, what is happening is you are reacting as a little kid. I'm sorry, I don't mean this in an offensive way, but I'm going to explain exactly what I mean. So you're going back to your childhood, because when you were a kid, you learned a certain behavior, and a lot of reactions we learned as kids. A lot of limiting beliefs we learned as kids. So a lot of stuff comes from our childhood, really. So do you know how a child, when, and we've all seen this, and if you are a parent you will exactly know what I'm talking about, but even if you're not a parent, you probably saw this at least once in your life. You are in a supermarket, and one child there wants a certain thing for their mom to buy for them, and if the mom doesn't buy it, the kid makes a show, a scene, starts crying, getting angry. Basically, the kid is doing all of that, the crying, the anger, the scene, so they would get what they want. So the mom would buy them the thing they wanted. And usually it works because, parents are ashamed, they're in a public place, they just don't want the kid to make a scene, so they're just going to buy just so the kid will stop. So this is something that as kids we learn that works, right? And a lot of people have this issue, don't get me wrong. I'm not calling anyone out, I'm not trying to be mean. I really hate that I always have to explain this, because I don't want to be taken the wrong way as this mean person, but I'm just trying to help and make you understand what's happening. So where was I? Right. So the parents will just buy the kid that, so it will stop. So you learn the behavior that when you get angry, you get what you want, right? Because your mom would buy you candy or whatever you wanted when you got angry and make a scene. So trying to repeat, this is unconsciously, of course. This is your subconscious doing it on autopilot. You are not purposely like thinking, oh, when I was a child this worked, so I'm gonna do it again. It's not how it works, obviously. So you're not aware of it. So you remember that by getting angry, or by just being passive aggressive or whatever it is, you got what you wanted, and this you learned as a kid. It stayed in your subconscious mind, and now you're trying to repeat it as an adult. You're trying to get the same reaction from your ex by doing the same procedure you did as a child. Well, it does not work when you're an adult. This is not your mom, and you will not get what you want by doing this. And it's really important to understand this and to stop doing this. So it's kind of like also when you get needy. So when you were crying, it's basically similar. You also got what you wanted. So you kind of learn this behavior. These are not your parents. And the issue is that we kind of, when we are in our subconscious, we kind of see these people as our parents, and we try to manipulate them in the same way. This is not how it works. It will not work when you're an adult. You will only make it worse. Your ex will only have worse opinion about you, and it's not gonna work. So you have to stop doing that. You really need to stop. And I keep telling this, but you really have to. You have to follow the instructions. Instructions are for a reason. Instructions work. Instructions work and they're for a reason, and yes, you can follow them. You choose not to. It's a choice because everyone can change their mindset, everyone can grow spiritually, everyone can change their vibration. It's a fact. And you can even do it fast. Or, you can take some time. If you're struggling, that's perfectly fine. We are not all the same and we are not on the same vibrational level when we start. But everyone can do this. You just don't want to. You don't want to even try. You're thinking, what has this got to do with me getting this girl or boy or whoever back, right? I just want them back. I need them back. And you're not even realizing the whole picture. And we are looking at the whole picture because the whole picture matters. Okay? Another thing why you get angry is because you react from your ego. You basically demand for the ex to come back. You demand for the ex to reply to you what you want. You demand things like this. And this, like I said, is often with heterosexual men because they have different hormones and different upbringing and everything different. So that's just how a lot of them, react. And I'm not telling this again to be mean or to be bashing on them or anything like that. Absolutely not. Again, I hate that I even have to, say this, but I'm doing this to help. So they kind of think they're entitled to get this and they demand it. And this is not the way you get anything energetically because this is chasing and this is trying to force something. So when you're chasing or trying to force something, it's basically the same thing. Trying to force something is chasing. And energetically, when you chase something, that thing is gonna run. And this is a proven fact by science, not making any of this up. Also, the other thing I told you about your childhood is a proven fact by psychology. So everything I tell you are facts. Obviously, I made these instructions for a reason, and it's not true that you can't follow them. You're not even trying and you don't want to, and you just want to stay where you are vibrationally because it does feel comfortable. You're used to it, and I get it. But you're gonna have to go through some uncomfort to actually get where you want to be. And that's usually how it is. When you start working out, you have to go through some uncomfortable stuff to get the body you want. Isn't that so? Working out is, we all know, not very pleasant, especially in the beginning, especially when you're not used to it, when you're used to just sitting around and doing nothing and eating a lot. And then when you start to change those habits, it's really hard, isn't it? It's uncomfortable and you want to quit. You just want to get back to the couch with your chips and watch TV. Isn't that so? So it's the same with vibration, unfortunately. It's not gonna be comfortable and you don't like it and you want everything to be easy and comfortable, but that's not how things work, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Also, if you were trying to learn how to play a guitar, would you just expect to take a lesson and magically learn to play it after one lesson? Of course not. You're gonna have to put some effort into it, obviously, and you're gonna have to be patient and give it some time because you can't learn it straight away. Your vibration can't change straight away either. But if you not even want to try to change it, I mean, magic is not for you in that case. I'm sorry. I mean, you can stay in your low vibration if you like. There's nothing I can do about it. But I'm pretty sure it's not very nice to be, well, I know it's not very nice to be in a low vibration. So I would definitely suggest you to change it. And you can. So, don't try to force anything. Don't chase anything. Don't send those texts where you are expecting a certain answer and you don't get it, of course, because you've sent a needy, manipulative text, and then you get angry because you didn't get what you want. You go to little kid mode because you're not getting what you want. That's really bad. That's really bad, and you have to change that. And if you are really struggling, like I said, we're having a free workshop who workshop which is meant to change your vibration. And if you're really gonna do the stuff I say, it will. There is no other way than for your vibration to change. But you have to do some work, you have to be patient, you have to be persistent, and you cannot force it. You cannot be, oh, I'm doing this workshop for 2 days already and nothing has changed. That's not the mindset to be in, okay? So I hope this helped someone. I hope some things are more clear now. I'm really trying my best.